Your life is crazy.
My life is crazy. Just as we were about to go in, I didn't know anybody. The guy who I met outside, he goes, "Oh, hi, I'm Jeff. LA boys." And then I have no idea who Jeff is.
What?
Oh, shit.
So that's how I met people in the industry. They were like, okay, the director Chen wants to meet you, Chen. And I was like, okay, it's in Hong Kong. And we were in this weird setting. Director Chen walks into the door and I stand up and I'm like, "Oh, you're Jackie Chan." It was Chen Long. Another one of those really weird circumstances.
Demi 包包用高质感小牛皮制作，简约设计加上可以长短变换的背带，让每个人都可以轻松使用在不同的场合，难怪大家都喜欢。那 Ken， 你穿的 Pedro 乐福鞋不是也超多人在问吗？
对啊 Pedro 的鞋子真的超好穿，我大推超受欢迎的 HyperX 皮革乐福鞋。这款鞋呢，它是经典的乐福鞋外形，搭配厚实流线大底，穿起来可以变高，然后又好看，实用性直接拉满，走一天也不怕。除了可以延伸双腿比例之外，搭配休闲或是正装风格都很适合哦。
哇，什么衣服都可以搭，简直是你的战鞋了吧？我觉得我的帅老公也需要一双呢。
Pedro 也很多女生的乐福鞋哦，你们两个可以直接来个情侣 look 了。
他可以接受吗？啊，我要那个，
你要喝哪个？
我要我们从酒店拿回来的那只。
哪一只？
我们
Oh, you can say that, sure.
把这边不会再，
这边可以剪掉。
我觉得月一定会用。我们前天带我们一个很好的朋友去酒店，因为他有一个朋友想要体验台湾的文化。Then have a specifically said 酒店，我说 OK,
Sure, why not?
对啊，所以我们在那边就被认出来，所以我们也不能乱玩，然后就被请酒。
对，被请了一瓶 Whisky。
不错。你知道还有谁想要去酒店？
你吗？
谁？你吗？
对啊。
你没去过吗
？I'll take you there.
你的风台湾很弱
我们去的都是很 you know
Too positive.
没有 no
户外的风
no 我们有去酒店，但是那个酒店也不是就是你知道节目只能拍一部分的酒店，所以对 yeah。
我上个2个月前我一个很好的朋友，他叫范琪斐，范姐，她1年前离婚，她离婚1周年说要去酒店，是就是女生去都是男生的
，yeah，
我们就去了
，yeah， 好玩吗？
他们很认真工作
，yeah，
然后
我觉得应该是
因为 I took Peggy too and Peggy is so useless， 因为 Peggy 很害羞，因为他就躲在旁边，他连男生都不叫，他就躲在说 I don't need it， 我说 Oh my God so useless， 所以我就要在那边 Oh my God let's play game， 所以我比较像妈妈桑，我好累，因为范姐有一点。
你不是说你们有去那个有第三性的？
它里面没有，那里有一个是第三性，后来
第三性是什么？
他可能不是 trans， 但就是扮得像女生的男生。
Okay.
We don't know what.
Cross-dress,
right?
Probably.
Cross-dresser.
Drag queen. I don't know.
We don't know. Probably not drag queen.
So either drag queen or transvestite or
just guy like to wear like a girl.
Women's clothes.
Yeah, we don't know. We don't know. Okay. 然后 Oh my God. 然后后来就点他
，yeah，
这是 like the best，
yeah，
他很会带气氛
，yeah， those are it's fun. I think it's actually the first time I went to 就是男生跳舞的 was when I was really young. I was really young.
Was it for work or for fun?
This was for fun. This was for fun.
这可以 OK. Was it in Taiwan?
No, this is when I was in Texas.
Texas 有啊
Texas 有好玩吗？
那应该听起来很好玩的。Texas 男生很帅吧？
对，
是他们都穿着像 cowboys 这样吗？
都有。
这个有点 stereotype man.
No, they wear whatever you want them to. 我的喜欢的那个是 Mighty Mouse. 我还记得很清楚
Mighty Mouse
长什么样子？
就是有 cape，
有 cape， 对，然后其实就是一个老鼠了。But the guy
口味很重
No, this guy 刚刚好，他是超帅的，有一点拉丁舞的拉丁 like a little Latino， 然后就很帅。Anyway， 我那时候我傻傻的也不知道在干嘛。But next to us there was another table， 是一个80岁的阿嬷在庆祝她的生日，所以她带她的女儿还有她的 granddaughters， 然后 everybody was going crazy， 然后她在 doing Jello shots。
Oh wow！
There's an 80-year-old grandmother. Yeah, it was so fun, so fun.
超嗨的。
我们去德州怎么都没有
可是在
这么好玩的行程。
But like, what were the guys doing? Like, do they?
Oh, dancing.
Like strip.
Oh, strip dancing. Oh yeah.
All the way.
All the way?
No, they would wear
Like little speedo.
So Mighty Mouse was wearing a Speedo with Mighty Mouse.
Was his Mighty Mouse saying hello to you?
He was mighty. Very mighty.
It's not a mouse.
Not a mouse. Not a mouse. Mighty.
就是
mighty bear. No, it was really fun. It was, 没有涩涩的感觉. It wasn't like, it wasn't dirty. It didn't feel dirty. It was just so festive. Everybody was having fun. And I was like, I love strip clubs.
I do too. It's a lot of fun. Yeah.
好，那我们直接开始。
好不好？对，我们开机来。
我们还没开始。好 ，Welcome to the KK Show. This is Ken.
我是凯莉。
今天很开心邀请到
Janet。
凯莉超开心的，太大声，太大声。
I'm so sorry，
Oh
帮我这里调小一点。I'm so excited， 我真的很开心。
哦，
对 ，Janet， 其实我跟凯莉认识很久，而且我们在录 podcast 刚开始的时候，他就有说 You are like her idol， like for real。他说他长大想要变你。
哇，
但我后来歪掉了，变成别的样子，
他变成别的样子了，
更好的样子。I feel like 更好的样子就是你自己的样子。
哦，谢谢，
真的，
谢谢。
你真的，You're so positive。为什么 ？How come you have all this energy? I don't get it. You're a mom with like 2 kids, right?
Yes.
How can you stay so positive? 我们才一个就快要死掉了。
No, that's me at home. At home, I'm a completely different person. I feel like staying at home as a mom is way more exhausting than coming out to work. 我每次要出来工作 that's like vacation for me, honestly.
Oh, yeah, that's true.
At home, it's exhausting. You're mentally exhausted, physically exhausted, and then you become a different person, right?
Yeah.
你在家里是什么样子？可以
And
举
you
个
have
例
2
吗？
boys, right?
2 boys.
Yeah, 2 boys.
8 and 4, and they are
Ooh.
crazy.
Yeah.
They're crazy. Yes. But I love them, of course. Sometimes.
We all love them,
Sometimes, right?
Once in a while.
When am I at home? No, I'm not that different, honestly. Like what you see is what you get. So, at home, I probably yell more. You will see a strict version of me that
You are a strict
I'm
mom?
strict, yes.
你会要求什么？
Are you like
100分
Are you a tiger
come on.
mom?
with certain things. So, like, for example, 他在学中文, right? I'm
跟你
not...
学吗？
No. No.老师教 No way. Are you kidding me? He's going to get a 0. No, like, I don't care. Like, yes, I want him to get 100. 但是我不是真的 like my goal is not for him to get 100% correct. Like perfection is not my goal. My goal is that he has the skills to make sure that he does well.
Yeah.
So for example, to get perfect, you have to study, you have to work hard, and then you do the exam, but then you have to go back and check.
Yeah.
Don't get lazy and just do it and then okay, 我结束了.
You want 100% effort, not the result.
Effort, yes. Yeah. The effort, the I guess the desire to want to do well. I think that's the important lessons.
那你怎么知道他有没有 100% effort， 还是他就是 being lazy but without telling you?
Because you can tell by the results of the exam. Like when we're doing homework and we're reviewing together, it's so frustrating. He's like, I'm so tired. And I was like, yes, we're all tired. And I will be strict with like, look, did you check? Did you check? 你有看吗？你有看吗？And if he doesn't, I'm like, you need to bring that to your exam. So actually, like Monday to Thursday, for example, we'll study. And I'll work with him and it's like, okay, this is how you write it. And then the night before his exam, I'll say, okay, 妈妈的考试. So I will do a test for him. Yeah.
Wow.
As if I'm the teacher. And then I'll take a red pen and I'll go in circles like, 这个错,这个错,这个错.
蛮严格的耶。
Yeah. 蛮严格的.
Wow.
蛮严格的.
Pretty hardcore.
I never thought I was going to be that hardcore.
你知道 Jenny 是医学院毕业的 right?
Yeah, I know. Pre-med, right?
Pre-med, no,
Yeah.
他有当实习医生 right?
我有当实习医生 but it's kind of complicated. So it's like I was a 救护演员. I had the license for EMT. And then I got into med school. So you're not technically a doctor, but then I was working as an intern.
Oh, I see.
Yeah.
Dude.
I know. I've turned into my mom.
我发现好像就是有医生或者是进医学院的人在教小孩都是有这个 tendency. 因为我另外一个朋友 she's 他是眼科的医生，然后他在带小朋友也是这样子，就是有点规范。
但我好奇，因为你本人看起来 very laid back， 然后你的形象也很 chill， 那你原本想象你当妈妈是怎么样妈妈？后来这个比较 strict 一点的样子是你想象的样子吗？
我觉得都有。I'm not always strict, you know. 就比如说 ，like 他很喜欢读书，he can read whatever he wants. 我不一定要 okay, you have to read science and you know whatever books. It's like you want to read comics, fine. I feel like that's the process. Like he's learning how to read, right? You know, and like drawing, science, all those things. I'm like, you do what you want to do. That's fun. But certain things like Chinese writing, it has to be a certain way. So like 他的笔画不对，我就是不对。
哇，
我真的
笔
画。
但你自己的笔画，
我笔画还 OK 耶，我真的还 OK。But 你知道为什么 ？OK， 英文的笔画还好。Like if he writes his B's like this or like this backwards, doesn't matter, right? But why Chinese? Because that's what helped me remember how to write the words. If you write it differently every time, you forget how to write it.
That is true.
So 未来都是 AI 了嘛，其实会读是不是就好了？不一定需要会写。
OK， 讲到 AI， 我也是非常鼓励他学 AI。But you need to learn how to use AI. You need to learn the right questions to ask AI. You need to know how to think. It's like AI is not going to help you think. It'll give you the answers, but you still need to know how to ask the questions.
You need to think to ask the questions. Come on, that's what we're doing right now.
I know. 这是为什么会这么重视中文？因为你自己是在德州长大，对不对？你那个时候中文好吗？还是你有去念中文学校？
完全不会，
完全不会，
零。
可是爸爸妈妈跟你讲中文，阿嬷台
语
有农工台语有。
那你中文是回台湾才开始学？
我来台湾的时候，中文我真的只会你好、谢谢，还有你的头很大。
你的头很大？Who said that to you？ 因为你头哪里大？
因为有人知道我要来台湾，然后他就说 "Oh, I'll teach you some basic Chinese." I was like, "Yes, please, please, please." 然后他就说 "Okay, 谢谢 very, very basic 谢谢." 我姓谢 right? I was like, "Okay, I know that one." 你好 easy. They're like, "Oh, everybody in Taiwan is so nice. You have to say nice to meet you." I was like, "Okay, nice to meet you." 怎么讲？他说你的头很大。
Oh, your friend was messing with you.
Oh, totally messing with me. So 我就到处 I was like, "Hi, 你好，你的头很大。"
No,
你的头很大。
You actually said that?
Yes, yes.
And you still got jobs in Taiwan?
My first
nice to you.
Oh my God, so nice to me. Yeah. My first job was at 荣总医院 and the first day I met 我的主管 my boss and I was like, "Hi, 陈医师，你的头很大。"
No.
都没有人告诉你吗？
You could see everybody's reaction like it's like
what's going on?
What's going on? Who is this person? Yeah. Anyway, I learned very quickly that does not mean nice to meet you.
I see.
Yeah.
你在德州的哪一个城市
Houston.
Yeah.
就是我们去的那个嘛。
不是我们是对，我们是去
Houston。
Houston。
我们是去 Houston 啊，我们还去看 Houston 比赛。
对，我们去看 Houston Rockets。对
Oh, nice,
对
fun.
我们就是去那边玩。
I grew up watching the Houston Rockets.
Yeah, it was the stadium is so big.
Yeah,
it's
nice.
It's called Toyota Center.
The Toyota
right?
Center. Yeah.
Yeah, 里面食物超多的。
Yeah.
But it's kind of pricey.
Everything now in the U.S. is so expensive.
It's crazy.
Yes.
And the barbecue was so good.
Yeah.
我们刚从那边回来 right? But growing up there, were you like the only Asian kid in school?
No. You know, a lot of Asians growing up in the States have a lot of stories about being, you know, like racist behavior and like just not feeling like they fit in. And I feel like maybe I just forget it all. I forget all the bad memories and bad stories. But I grew up in a very, very well-balanced school. So, you know, there was a lot of Asians, there was a lot of Hispanics, there was a lot of Black students, there was a lot of white students, and we all just kind of mixed together.
Oh,
Plus,
wow.
I studied Spanish growing up. So a lot of my friends were, you know, Hispanic or just, we were always just mixed. So I never really thought about it. I did get into a fight though once because, you know, kids will tease regardless. And it's not necessarily racist. It's sometimes sexist. Sometimes it's just whatever ist. And there was a kid who was like, oh, Chinese, Japanese, Japanese,
Yeah.
you know, look at these, right? And then I was offended, not because he was like, oh, look at these, but because he's like, oh, you're Chinese. And I'm like, no, I'm not. was like, I'm Taiwanese. Like, it was like, I don't know. It was just kind of one of those statements like, you're Chinese. I'm like, no, I'm not Japanese. I'm not Chinese. I'm Taiwanese. What are you talking about? It didn't even occur to me, right? Because growing up, I was always like, oh, 你是台湾人, right? So then I was like, oh, okay. And then I was like, well, no, let me tell you the difference. Okay, Japanese is a country called Japan, blah, 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 blah. And I was trying to teach this like third grader as a third grader. And so we got into a fight because of that. Yeah.
But like, you have like Taiwan when you were in third grade.
I didn't realize. It was more like he was saying, oh, you're Korean, you're Japanese, you're everything that I'm not. I'm like, I'm not Japanese. Like, no, what? I don't speak Japanese. So to him, every Asian.
It's all the same,
and she
right?
speaks
all
Taiwanese.
the same.
She doesn't speak Chinese.
Yes. So I was really more confused than anything else. And I was kind of like, no, I don't speak Chinese though. I speak Taiwanese. So
what did you do when you got into the fight with that person?
I spat mashed potatoes at him.
Oh, wow.
I know.
Wow.
That's pretty cool. So you just happened to have
okay, so the full story.
I want to hear the full story.
Oh my gosh. I'm going from like guai mama and then
tiger mom and then spoiled kid.
I was such a bad kid. I was so disruptive. So I had the mashed potatoes, and then so the teacher came over because we were like fighting. I forgot how we were fighting, but then he was telling his side of the story. I was telling my side of the story, and when she asked me, I was eating my mashed potatoes, and then she goes, "Spit it out." So I was like, and so I spat it out on her, on him, and then I got sent home.
On the teacher too?
But she told me to spit it out.
哇，你很皮耶！
我超皮。超级皮，
好棒哦！
好猛哦
！Really tough, I like that.
可是我觉得很有趣的地方，其实是因为 when they say like Chinese, Taiwanese， 因为台湾从小其实大家会觉得说哦 Chinese，we're speaking Chinese， 对，因为我那时候出去的时候，我们学的英文都会讲 Chinese，就觉得 Chinese 就是我们在讲的对 Asian 或者是华人或台湾人在讲的话 Chinese 算了 OK 差不多。可是没想到。You react so strongly to that word. 是你们你阿公阿嬷你爸妈都是就是在家都是怎么跟你沟通这件事情的
？No, 我本来就是一个非常的有想法的人 right? Yeah. So, I didn't want to learn any other language. I wanted to learn Spanish. Yeah. I was like, 我是德州长大的. We're so close to Mexico. I need to learn Spanish. Yeah. Right? So, in my environment, it was more that Taiwan, Taiwan way, it was just what we spoke at home. English was obviously my native language. And then I felt more connected to Spanish because I was, I just heard it everywhere. Everywhere in Texas, you hear Spanish. So I was trying to integrate myself into Texas and, the Spanish culture. And the only part of the Asia that I knew was what I had at home. Oh. And my exposure to Asia was Taiwan way, Taiwanese. So it wasn't that I was offended that somebody called me Chinese. It wasn't offended. I wasn't offended. I was more offended that he thought that every Asian thing was the same. And so he started calling me Japanese. And I'm like, I'm not Japanese. He's like, oh, you're Korean. I'm like, I'm not Korean. So it was more the layers of the I guess, ignorance. Yeah. And I was like, look, I speak Spanish. I'm Texan, And then he's like, no, you're Japanese. I'm like, so I'm not offended by being called Japanese, but it was just like, no, let me educate you, please. There's different places, different countries in Asia,
But you say you're trying to integrate into the Texas culture, right?
Yeah.
Like, what else, can you identify? Well, for us, Texas is like cowboys, riding, riding horses. And,
I wanted a horse.
Guns.
I wanted a horse. I've shot a gun since I was like 3 years old.
Wow, you're Texas.
I'm so Texas. My parents said, you're going to have to learn how to drive a car. I'm like, why? I was like, I'm just going to get a horse. I was so Texan. And then, we go to the shooting range as a kid. There's photos of me holding a rifle, like when I'm about maybe 5. Wow. Shooting targets, never animals. We were just shooting at things. And then steak and barbecue and liver and gizzards. Like that was like my food. Yeah. Yeah, so Texan.
哇 ，so surprised， 跟印象完全不一样，
对不对？
差好多。
就是 like stereotypical Texas, that's you.
Yeah.
为什么你会这么想要融入 Texas？ 你觉得有必要这样做，还是你就很爱那个文化？
它就是你的环境 you know 所以你
我觉得 Texas people have a Texas pride,
Yes,
right? The
very
Lone Star
proud.
State.
Oh yeah.
对不对？就是
We're so proud.
我们那时候去就觉得说，everybody's like wearing that star on their
Yeah.
shoulder.
And big cowboy hat,
对啊
the cowboy boots. I still wear cowboy boots to this day. Like every day. If I can, I would
We
wear cowboy
went
boots.
shopping for cowboy boots. Oh my god, they're crazy expensive.
Because they will last you for 50 years. I'm wearing my dad's cowboy boots.
Oh wow.
And he's had them since he moved to Texas, like, 60 years ago.
Oh,
Yeah.
wow.
So if you buy a good quality pair of boots, they will last you forever.
呀，我们去那个，我忘记我们那家店叫什么了。
那我们买一双600-700块美金的，
再差不多，
再高一点，
其实是899。
899，
你记得好清楚。
因为很贵。然后我还在 Oh my God， it's like Python。
Oh, that's different. That's like fancy. That's like not the workman boot.
我们是帮朋友买的，因为他在台湾，然后他很喜欢穿 cowboy 的东西，
Yeah.
然后我们还买了帽子回来
Yeah.
right？ 呀，那个很大，
而且帽子还有自己的包 like 自己的
对，
bag.
他还有自己的那个 hard case，
对
right？
对对
你要买还真的有
Yeah.
the whole thing。我们进去里面那个 cowboy supply 里面 I was so fascinated。
Oh, it's a whole culture. Yeah.
超多东西。
那
It's
你
so
会不会
cool。
觉得美国就是 out of Texas 的人都不太了解那个 Texas 的 pride， 然后大家可能会觉得啊文化不一样，政治倾向不一样。
多多少少 you know, like if you go to California, if you go to New York, they still always know Texas as like a subculture. You know, New York is a subculture and, you know, the north of America is like a subculture. So Texas definitely has its own like very distinctive 文化 like culture.
Yeah.
And we're so proud. Like Texans are so proud. So I think just growing up in that environment, it wasn't that I was trying to become more Texan, but you just are. You know, you just live in that environment. Yeah.
Yeah, definitely. Because when we went to Buc-ee's, like Buc-ee's is like one of the
love Buc-ee's.
largest gas station. Is
Yeah.
it a gas station? It's a gas station, right?
I don't know if it started as a gas station or as like a food stop or as a convenience store, but now it's huge.
Yeah, it's huge and it's so nice, and the
Yeah.
bathroom is so clean, right? they won the cleanest washroom in America.
Really?
Yeah.
What, like in 2012 or something?
That's so random.
But it's so clean, like because I went in, it's just
With paintings on the wall.
it has
Yeah.
paintings and it smells like cookies. Right? It's like how did they do it? I don't know, but it's just like so nice.
And the store manager earns more money than us.
Yeah, the wage. Have you read the
No.
hiring sign at Buc-ee's? It's right outside. And I think the store manager makes like 200,000 a year.
Whoa.
That's a lot.
Yeah,
That's great.
and the minimum wage is like $20.
Yeah.
At Buc-ee's. So
Yeah.
it's really good.
Yes.
Like, they pay their employees really
Yeah,
well.
they treat everybody well. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's good.
Yeah, but when you were growing up, I also saw that you learn a lot of different stuff like taekwondo, like kung fu, and all this different stuff. Like,
That violin, classical music, dancing, hula.
Yeah.
like,
Did you
were
want to learn it, or your
Yes.
parents are tiger parents too?
No. My parents were my dad was a tiger dad about school. So, but it very, very contradictory. He was also very happy to take us out of school to travel anytime. So anytime there was like an interesting experience, he's like, okay, we're going to take you out of school. We're going to go to Europe because whatever is happening. And so it's kind of counterintuitive, right? Because you would think that tiger dad is like, you need to be in school, in class. But he thought that the world was where you can learn so many, you know, great
the world
lessons.
is the classroom for it.
So there was a great quote that somebody just told me, and I was going to steal it, and I'm totally going to steal it if I can remember it. It's like, okay, don't let school get in the way of your education.
Oh,
Yeah, that
that's
makes
a great
sense.
line.
Isn't it so good? I'm totally stealing that. I'm stealing that. So I say, no, it's true because yes, when you're in school, obviously it's important. You focus on a lot of things. You learn structure. You learn how, you know, to deal with other students, you know, to live in that society. But you also live and learn so much from your environment. So my dad and my mom are very much like that. They're like, you should learn from your peers, but also just from everything around you. you can learn from a history book, but how about go to the Louvre and look at the painting in real life, you know? And so partially because of that, and partially because I'm just a curious person. Like, I always love to try new things, regardless of what it is. And if I'm terrible at it, doesn't matter. At least I tried. And I'm also not afraid to make a fool of myself, like when I'm trying whatever that is. Like, I've tried dancing. I'm a terrible dancer, but it's fun. You know, the process is fun.
It looks like you are so positive. Like, did you grow up like this, or you think it's an education, or you're natural? How did you get this? It's a really good character.
Thank you.
Yeah, of course. I wish our kids are be like that, right? Yeah, curious, want to learn stuff, and don't mind making mistakes.
Yeah.
That is a learned thing. I was not always like that. I would be very hard on myself. If I made mistakes, I'd be hard on myself if I didn't perform well, if I wasn't, concert master in the orchestra. So there was definitely moments where I would push myself way too hard. And I think having failed before and having learned that it's actually okay. Like, you're going to be fine. And it's not as bad as you think. I think having failed in multiple areas helps me strong and resilient, and also not so careful, not so precious about those failures, because you learn from them.
But if you're always hard on yourself, when did you start to realize you should let it loose a little bit?
To surrender to failure.
Yeah, surrender.
Right?
It's actually really hard to surrender.
It's really hard.
It's really, really hard.
It's so hard because
I always think that I could do it if I put more efforts.
Right. Or what did I do wrong? Or like, how could I be better? Or if you compare to other people.
Oh, yeah.
And
that's
now,
the toughest part.
Yes. And now with social media, everybody's comparing with everybody.
Yeah.
On a good day, I'll look at Instagram or whatever and be like, oh, look, oh, Kylie, she's traveling. And then on a bad day, I'm like, why is she traveling? How come I'm not traveling? The same photo, same exact thing, but it's just like, it affects you differently. So I worry about our kids, honestly, like having this social, and I post stuff all the time going, is this gonna be good or bad? Is it gonna affect people in a positive way or a negative way? And you can't control it, right? It's like, it's very individual. I don't know. It's a constant struggle that I have now, but even throughout life, you need to have a good base. I have really supportive family. My sister, my older sister, she's 7 years older, so she failed at many things before, and then made my parents be like, it's okay. It's okay. She didn't get an A+. Look at me. I'm fine now. So that was very helpful.
I see.
Yeah.
Yeah, but you were just talking about social media and kids. Like, are you letting your kids using their cell phones? Do they have phones?
No, they do not have phones.
Well, do they have tablets?
They have tablets that they use in school. So I don't want them to not be in touch with, technology. Like, they need to.
Yeah.
So I want them to learn AI. I want them to do all that. But I don't want them to have the social media side of it. Because the social media, even though it's our jobs and it's part of, what we do, but it can be really detrimental, I think Australia just banned social media.
A fact today. Take a fact today.
Yeah, I saw the news.
I think that's brilliant. Terrible for our careers. But
I think it's brilliant. Ban for
it's really brave.
all the kids below 16,
yes.
right?
Yeah. Yes. So I'm going to not give my kids a phone for as long as I possibly can.
That's what I've been hearing from everyone, like researchers or just like my other friends.
But how can you contact them? Like, do you give them a pager?
Fine. If that's
Nokia.
If that's, yes, an old school Nokia where you have to text.
Yeah. All they can do is play Snake on it.
I love Snake.
Yeah, right?
Yeah, we all play.
哎，我们老了。
对，只有我们会笑，其他人说 What's
我们
Snake？
的团队都
They're like, what's Snake?
好玩呢。
What a weird.
越来越快。
还越来越长，对不对？
哎，越来越长，然后你会打到自己。
对。
对。
Oh my God, we're so
I know. We're so old.
So since you grew up in Texas, you've been to everywhere, learned a lot of stuff. Why did you decide to come to Taiwan?
Same, curiosity. So I had gone to Ecuador. I lived in Ecuador. I volunteered there. I went to Argentina. I worked in Argentina for a year. I worked in India for 2 months. or 6 months.
You were really everywhere.
I was really everywhere. I'd never been to Taiwan. And it was like, I'm Taiwanese, but I've never been to Taiwan. And I've heard all these stories from my, like, ama and baba mama, but like I never knew it. So I was like, okay. So as soon as I could find an internship to allow me to come, I was like, yeah, I'm totally going to do it. So that's really why. And I also wanted to learn Chinese because I could speak Spanish, English. And I thought, if I can speak Chinese and Arabic, then I've covered 90% of the world. Right?
Yeah.
So I can't speak Arabic, but but Spanish, English, and Chinese I can. So that covers so much. And language is such a door opener, right? You know, it's like, yes, there's push open doors where you can go by and speak English everywhere, but in most places. But if you can speak even like a few phrases in whatever language of that country that you're going to, it's great.
You connect to people faster.
Immediately. They immediately feel like, oh, you've taken effort to learn a little bit about our culture, and then they're more willing to share their side.
Yeah. But when you came to Taiwan, you were just doing intern at Zhongzhong, right, in the beginning.
Yeah.
But what made you stay? Because since you got into med school, most people who got into med school, they go back and finish their med school.
Yeah.
And you just say, no,
stay
I quit.
In Taiwan.
I'm going to stay in Taiwan.
And modeling. Woohoo!
Yeah, my parents are like, you were crazy. No, it was a series of things. So like after 6 months of working at Rongzong, I haven't spoken English in 6 months. So I was really, I was like, oh, I was homesick and I was, craving English. A friend of mine said, oh, you should go to, Room 18. It's a club. I know.
Oh my God! Again.
Oh my
就是这么
我
老。
们这个年纪才知道的。
Roommate 已经没了，
对
已经没了。
Oh my God!
Oh my God！我第一个 clubbing 也是 roommate，
已经没了一个 decade, right?
对。
Yeah, I know.
Oh my God.
I know. We're totally aging ourselves. I couldn't even say like, oh yeah, we went to the club. I don't even know what the clubs are now.
I have no idea.
No clue. Anyway, went to room 18. And just as we were about to go in, it was always a long line, right? To go outside. And I didn't know anybody. So I was just going to wait in line. And then I heard people speaking English. And I was like, oh my God, English. So I just went over. I was like, hey, hi, nice to meet you. And the guy who I met outside, he goes, oh, hi, I'm Jeff, LA Boys.
What?
Oh, shit.
And then, right?
Why did we meet that kind of cool people at roommate team? A bunch of weird white dudes.
But then I have no idea who Jeff is. So I'm like,
Were they famous during that time already?
Oh, they were super famous, but I didn't know anybody.
So when you heard say LA Boys, you just thought,
oh my God, Texan girl is
That's-
better.
oh, so that's what they call themselves in Taiwan now? So if you're from LA, call yourself LA Boys?
I'm Texas girl, by
Texas
the way.
girl.
Yeah, Jeff hates it when I share. He's like, I didn't do that. I was like, yeah, you did. But yeah, so that's how I met Jeff. Didn't know who he was. Got into the club. He was like, oh yeah, I'll get you in. I was like, oh, this is great. So got in. And then the next day we were hanging out with him and his friends. And then a lot of people were going up to him saying, oh, hey, 可以跟你拍照吗? And I was like, why do they want, is this like somewhere interesting? Wait, what's going on? And he's like, no, I'm kind of, I'm a singer. And I was like, oh, I'm a rapper. I'm like, oh, that's so cool. I didn't know that. So that's how I met people in the industry. I had no idea about the industry. I wasn't planning on doing anything. But then he introduced me to, agents and, all these people. And one of them was a commercial agent. They said, oh, you should do this commercial. Go audition for it. I auditioned, got it. And I was like, hey, I got this. This is amazing. And I called.
What did you do for the audition?
I don't remember.
How come everything just sounds so smooth? Doesn't make sense.
Does it make sense?
Oh, you want not smooth. I got tons of stories.
Because for us, it's like, okay, your Chinese sounds horrible, right?
Yeah.
And you just so happen to meet Jeff. So
the right amount of person among like 1,000 people on the street.
And the first audition, you just got it. It just sounds so crazy.
It does sound crazy. It does sound, and it is crazy. It is.
Did you have
so
to
crazy.
speak Chinese?
No.
At that audition? Okay.
I didn't.
I see.
That's why.
Okay.
Yeah. And when I told my mom, I was like, oh yeah, 我要拍一个广告。哦，是什么公格？ He's like, 我讲哦是来口公格，
内裤。
She was like, 你被骗了，你哄骗去啦，你要给等来。Yeah, no, she thought it was like
a
my
scam,
like a scam, like my message to you. But it turns out it was a legitimate commercial. 奥黛丽广告。
Wow.
That was my first ever commercial, and it paid me more than my entire internship for the summer in Taiwan.
Wow.
Yeah, I think it was like 3万块台币.
Oh, that's a lot.
It was so much money for me. It was
怎么
At that
台湾
time
到现在好像也差不多而已，怎么是多久以前的事情？Wow.
Yeah, so that's how I got my start. It sounds all really smooth, but there was definitely so many ups and downs. And like, I mean, we can get into this, but like, it wasn't until I gave up medical school, came back, decided full-time, like I want to be a full-time model. I want to, 我要试试看. Like if I'm going to do something, I'm going to do it 100%.
Because of that first success made you decide, okay, 我可以赚3万块, so I'm going to quit med school. Was
that because
that the
of the
reason?
money or
No.
That's because Jeff or
No.
You met someone in Taiwan back then?
No.
That's what it sounds like to me.
That's later. That comes later. How long is this podcast? You got 10 hours?
Yeah, sure.
Sure.
No, it was actually, I didn't say yes. I actually left. I went back to medical school and I started medical school, and it was a combination of being in Texas. So I got into UT San Antonio med school. And when the teacher asked the class, like out of 50 students, like who's from Texas, 49 people raised their hands. And I was like, okay, this is very, very Texan. Mm-hmm. And I had just been to India, to Singapore, to Taiwan, to, Argentina. So I'd had this worldly experience. And then suddenly I was like back in Texas again.
You felt trapped.
I felt so trapped. I felt so trapped. And at that same time period, I got a phone call from Taiwan saying, hey, this director wants to meet you. He thinks you have a really good possibility, really good look. Do you want to come back? So it was a combination of like this happening and this happening and, all together in one. But the process for me to decide was a good 6 months before I finally said, okay, I'm going to say no. But this is how much of a nerd I am. Before I said no, I retook the MCATs, the medical admissions test.
It's so hard.
It's so hard. And I retook it to prove to myself and to my parents, I'm like, look, I can get an even better score. So that means give me 3 years. The test is valid for 3 years. Let me do this. I'll come back in 3 years. Just let me have 3 years to just explore the world.
You're really hard on yourself.
Wow.
I am.
You are.
Yeah.
You always want to prove it, right?
Yeah.
Oh, wow. So you got 3 years. You came to Taiwan. Did that director give you that job?
So this is another funny...
Because you took 6 months to decide. I mean, 6 months, that director probably found somebody else.
Okay, so this is another really funny story. So the director, they were like, okay, the director Chen wants to meet you, Chen. And I was like, okay, director Chen. Okay, fine. And it's in Hong Kong. So I was like, okay. So I flew to Hong Kong. Everybody was so nervous. And we were in this weird setting. It was kind of like a KTV room. All these girls, I know, it getting really suspicious. And I'm like, what is going on here? And then finally, Director Chen walks into the door and everybody mobs him. And I'm like, okay, I'm not going to do that. Plus, everybody in the room was like 15 years old or 17. Or they were really young. And at this point, I'm like 24, 23. I don't know. I'm like a little bit older. I'm like, I don't want to squeeze through there. I can't do it anyways. And then finally, he slowly makes his way over. And I stand up and I'm like, oh, you're Jackie Chan. It was Chen Long.
What?
Another one of those really weird circumstances. Hey, when you're receptive...
This is crazy. Your life is crazy.
My life is crazy.
It's not normal.
Chen Long.
Chen Long.
Yeah.
First Jeff, second Chen Long.
No, there was many people in between.
Yeah, I know.
Still,
But
you got a call and then say, hey, Director Chen want to meet you. Chen Long.
But I had no idea who Chen Long was.
Again.
Like, I didn't know.
Oh, you could just say, hi, nice to meet you. 你头很大.
Yeah, I should have. I really should have.
可那时候 Rush Hour probably came out already, right?
I knew Jackie Chan.
You don't know Chen Long.
I don't know Chen Long or Chen 大哥. I was like, who's Chen 大哥? I had no idea. And they kept saying, 陈龙要来了, Chen Long. I'm like, okay.
你有脸盲吗? Face
No.
blindness?
I know.
名字
我知道名字，
但脸不知道。
不是是成龙跟 Jackie Chan 这名字他没有 make connection。
Yes.
但你看到他的时候 then you know.
As soon as I saw him, I was like, I even said this. I was like, you're Jackie Chan. I was like, oh my God, nice to meet you. And then I was like, so who's Director Chen?
Oh my God.
He's like, I'm Director Chen. I'm like, oh, so you're the person I'm supposed to be meeting.
Did you piss off anyone by this behavior?
Yes. Absolutely. I've gotten into so many fights with directors and producers that I've worked with, and because I'm so direct.
Yeah.
Like,
I had the same problem. I pissed off so many people.
So many people, right?
Yeah. But you survived. I'm
You're surviving. Oh, no.
Must be a big difference between us.
But so Chen Long, so did you get that job though?
Not him, but his company
His company,
wanted me to sign for 7 years.
7.
And like 50% commission, all this stuff. It just didn't make sense to me. So I was like, no, I couldn't do it. And also I had to move to Hong Kong, and then I would be learning Cantonese. And my goal was to learn Chinese because I wanted to, work. I wanted to do Doctors Without Borders, 无国界医生.
Yeah.
So, Cantonese is useful, but not as useful as Chinese. So I was like, So I said no.
And you only had 3 years.
And I only had 3 years.
Yeah.
Exactly.
It's too long.
But if I had said, so you're saying like everything's so smooth, like yes, it has been, but you never know, right? If I had said yes, I could be Maggie Q right now,
Probably. You never know.
Exactly. Yeah. I could be a Hollywood star because she went from Hong Kong, had a great successful career, moved to Hollywood,
And
like,
you know Kung Fu as well.
I know Kung Fu as well. Yeah. I should have said yes.
Yeah, so you decline Chen Long.
Yeah.
And what's the next step?
Then I came back to Taiwan, started working with a modeling agency, and this is the real dip in my life and career.
It must be really hard because we heard a lot of really sad stories when they started modeling agency.
Yeah, the model, again, it was a challenge. I was like, okay, I've never done this before. How can I be the best model that I know? So I would exercise. I would, I didn't know how to do makeup, so I would learn. I went to all these classes. That was all fine. That was like, 这是2000年, right? So everybody was 很白，非常的白，
然后非常瘦。
你是不是有点黑那个时候？
我黑，然后肉肉的。Even now, 我肉肉的 right? So in terms of like,
in terms of
I know.
Taiwanese
weird standard. Yeah, 6 standard.
I mean, I'm 173, I'm 5'7", 5'8", and I weigh now about 55 kilos or so. They wanted me to be under 50.
Ooh.
And I was like, that's so...
173 under 50. That's
yes,
太瘦了。
很瘦. But there's plenty of models that are still like that now. And back then, that was just the norm. So I did everything that I could to try and lose weight. And that's when I had an eating disorder.
Yeah.
So I had a really, really bad eating disorder. And then the eating disorder, because it's not natural to me, it's not natural to anybody, but I suddenly lost myself. I didn't understand food. I didn't understand my relationship to food, to people, to anything. So then I had depression. So then for 3 years, I suffered through really, really bad depression.
那个时候的 eating disorder, what does it look like?
So there's various forms, and I didn't know this either. But, everybody thinks of bulimia, anorexia. Bulimia 就是你吃很多，然后就把它吐掉。Anorexia 是你完全不吃。我是 binge eating disorder, 就是我会狂吃，但是不吐掉。So, and 你会用各种样式的方式去减肥。So,我的就是运动。So I would eat tons, hate myself, and then go to the gym and exercise for 2 hours, to lose the weight. Because 我的想法是，如果我吐掉的话，那我就是有病。我不吐掉，我没有哦。所以你在骗自己。
Yeah.
But 你的所有的行为其实就是一个 addiction. I was addicted to food. 那在最夸张的是，比如说 ，OK， 我礼拜5要工作，那我礼拜天到礼拜4，我会去便利商店，然后买5颗蛋，然后吃5颗蛋跟水。That's it for the whole
week?
The whole
day.
One day 就是5颗蛋。
5颗蛋。
然后我因为蛋黄太多胆固醇，所以我会吃2个蛋黄。And everything else 就是蛋白. That's it. Like so 5 egg whites and 2 egg yolks.
这样怎么工作？
那你会瘦很多啊。You lose so much weight. because you're not getting any calories. 然后到礼拜五的时候，那个客户啊、广告 everybody 你的经纪人他们 Oh my gosh 好棒哦，你好瘦好漂亮哦 and of course 你会妆发 you know of course you're made
气色会看起来
对 they make you look good right 然后拍照片也是会 show 的 so everything the result is always beautiful but then as soon as I finished working 我拍完我会到一样的那个便利商店 and I would spend all of my 车马费 so 那时候拍一个杂志可能1000到2000块 right我会把2000块在 7-Eleven 买所有的零食 and then in 30 minutes 把它吃完 and this is after eating the 便当 or whatever you know finally I would allow myself to eat but then I would go home and I would just binge and then you hate yourself because you're like 我刚刚花了6天的时间才可以到这个 and then that one meal you feel like oh I'm useless I've ruined my life. I've ruined everything. I'm never going to be good enough. All this doubt starts coming in. And then you go into depression, you know?
Yeah. And 而且那3年 did you have friends in Taiwan? Because
Yes. You
met
have
people?
I met people. I had great friends, but you don't show them this side. Yeah. You know, you hide that away. So I would eat everything at home. And then if I was feeling really bad or you know, 胖, you know, 肥, then I would be like, oh, sorry, I'm working. Oh, I can't go out right now. And then on the good days, then you would go out. You're totally normal, but you hide it. I was so good at hiding it. You know, I would stay up all night eating just so that I didn't have to see people in the day because then I would sleep all day.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. When did you start to realize you need help?
Pretty soon because it was just... I didn't understand this feeling. It was like, what is this hole? I have this huge hole in my gut that I couldn't fill with food. You know, boys, I was like, no relationship worked out because I hated myself. How could I, you know, be in a good relationship? And then finally my sister saw it first. She's like, Janet, you look terrible.
Did she come to Taiwan to visit you?
I think one day I was so depressed. I was like, you know, I called Christine, my sister, and I was like, where are you? She was in Singapore. So I flew over to Singapore and I just bawled. I just started crying. And then she's like, why are you crying? I was like, because I'm fat. And she's like, you're not fat. I'm like, yes, I am. And then, you know, you peel off the layers. She's like, you're not fat. Okay, you're not useless. You're not ugly. What is the core issue? And then finally I was like, I can't stop eating. I have no control over my eating. And she's like, but you're eating just fine. I was like, that's because you're not looking at me after you go to sleep. Your fridge door is open. I'm standing there and I'm trying not to eat. I close the door. 5 seconds later, I open the door. I look at, okay, what can I eat that's healthy? Okay, I'll start with the celery. Okay, the celery's healthy. I'll eat the celery. I'll eat the carrots. And then I close the door. I'm like, oh, you know what? Meat is good. Meat is protein. Okay, and then I start eating the protein. By the end of the night, I've eaten a tub of ice cream. I've eaten all the bread with peanut butter, everything. Now, at least 3,000 calories. And you feel disgusting. You feel sick. You are physically sick, you know? So my sister was like, okay, you need help. And she didn't know how to help me. She didn't have this problem. So I read books. I talked to counselors. I went to a psychiatrist. The psychiatrist is like, oh, 那你正常吃就好了. I'm like, what?
那时候台湾的那些
psychiatrist 还没有那么完整。
they probably don't know this situation.
Yes.
台湾那时候还没有在讨论这件事情啊。
因为他就觉得 it's not alcohol， 不是吸毒的问题。
对啊，
那你就正常吃就好了。
对啊，你就改变就好啦，你就不要吃啊。
对啊，你就跟朋友去吃饭就好啦，不要一个人吃。You know?
Okay.
Yeah, it was. I mean, but at the same time, I didn't know, so I was like, okay, 好啊。You know, and then I try it, and it was great for a day, and then one bad moment, and then you're back in that cycle again.
Wow.
Yeah.
How did you get out of that cycle?
I tried so many things. So exercise, I tried traveling. So the few times that I was able to escape for a while, I went to India again. I did a yoga retreat for a month, got better.
我以为你要说去 India， 所以就不会
吃很多，
有时候会拉肚子，
我以为会拉肚子，
会 balance，
balance it out， 也是会。No, I the traveling got me out of my head. You know, honestly, the traveling.
It took you out of the modeling environment, right?
It also took me out of the modeling environment. Yes. So being out of the environment, being out of my head, being surrounded by people who didn't care what you look like, right? Yeah. You know, because they're like, oh, we're doing yoga. There was like these super, super fat guys who were doing yoga, like putting both legs, like so flexible. You know, it didn't matter what your body shape was. So that helped. But that ultimately, what helped was Fun Taiwan. Yeah.
Oh.
When I got Fun Taiwan, I was ready to quit. I was like, I'm done. My 3 years were up. And I was in a worse state than I'd ever been in my life, right? Oh, I moved to France for a boy. that didn't work out well. I came back crying to Taiwan. So I was at the lowest point in my life, I would say. Life and career, love, nothing was, you know, going well. So I was like, do you know what? I need to go back to medical school. That's where I'm supposed to be. Like I gave it a shot. I tried, but it didn't work out. So I packed all my bags, you know, and I bought my ticket. And then at that point, you know, when you've given up, you just don't care about certain things anymore. Yeah. So every audition that came, every job that came, I was like, yeah, I'll do it. Sure, I'll do it. I'm fat, but it's okay. I'll do it. So you just lose that sense of judgment on yourself because you're just like, I have nothing left to lose. So I went on 麻辣天后宫. You remember that show a long time ago?
Wow.
I went on the show. It was like I always say the wrong way. 交往节目. I always say 交配节目.
Understandable dating show.
Like,
when you dating
because it's like 交往 or 配对. And I always comment. I'm like, yeah. 我就是上那个交配节目. They're like,
it's
what?
Not wrong. Technically, it's not wrong.
Yeah.
Technically,
yes. So I did that, you know, as like one of those girls that wants to find her love. I went on the actual catwalk shows as the 玩偶.
Oh, wow.
Like I was the mascot. So I just said yes to everything because I was like, I need to make money. I want to go. I just want to try everything now. And there was an audition for Fun Taiwan. And they wanted a fluent Chinese speaker who had hosting experience. And, you know, I didn't have any of that. But I was like, do you know what? F it. I'm going. And I'm going to try it because what do I have to lose? So I went. And again, no pretense because I had just, I don't want to say given up, but I was just so comfortable with the idea that I'm leaving. I became myself again. You know, so at every other audition, they're like, oh, 自我介绍. I was like, hi, 大家好, 我是 Janet 谢怡芬, 我173. You know, it's so stiff. But for the Fun Taiwan audition, they were like, talk about yourself and a place that you love. 我们给你5分钟, 你可以先想一想. I was like, oh, 不用啊, 我可以直接来. And I talked for like probably 10 minutes. I was like, okay, so I love India. I actually talked about India. I just came back from India. And I was like, yeah. And you know, 我错赛, but I loved it. And I just had all these stories and, you know, like I felt like myself again. And that's how I got Fun Taiwan.
You went back to the 陈大哥, 那成龙,
yes.
the girl. Oh, yeah. Wow, that's awesome.
跟大家分享一下，我最近买了一台钢琴。
什么哈？
我买了一台钢琴。
What？
我的妈！我完全冲动购物，我很久没有，因为我其实没什么物欲。
对啊，
我冲动购物到爆哎！
那台多贵
？2万块啦，
那还好，
就是大型电子琴，
那还好啦，
但是
比包还便宜。
我看我不买包啊，你不要自己带入。因为我自己会慢慢巡演，不是有一些音乐喜剧嘛，然后我就找很多伴奏啊，然后声乐老师什么的。可是如果去美国巡演，我没有办法做这件事情，所以我想要把那些吉他的伴奏写好的谱拿来自己弹。
No way！
Oh my god！ 我觉得我真的疯了，然后我就自己在那边对那个谱，然后就觉得。应该不难吧？有什么难的？好，反正我这个人就是这样，所以我买了，然后我就开始对那个谱。然后我小时候其实学过钢琴，其实学过非常多年，但我其实忘光了。所以我现在努力做这件事情，所以欢迎大家来支持我的美国巡演。我不知道到底会不会成功哈，反正一样一定会有脱口秀。然后2月24号在跟 Jason Cheny 在 LA 应该已经卖完了。2月25号在旧金山，2月27号在西雅图，3月1号在纽约，然后3月7号在亚特兰大，3月8号在芝加哥，然后目前达拉斯应该会再加进去，所以就这样。
哇，达拉斯为什么你又加一个德州？
我不知道，因为大家就是他们会来说要不要加，然后我就说够我去赚钱这样，然后他们就会说哦那这样那要不要他们排法
这没有 顺路为什么达拉斯在芝加哥后面？
应该会在前面啦。We don't know。
这他们有想过地图吗？
他们就是想着有没有时间，而且你知道他们排法就是会要不要5、6日这样，然后5演一场，然后交通，然后飞出去，然后晚上演，然后再飞出去
阿兹口的飞法，
然后就觉得哇，我是美国第一线喜剧演员的飞法，都不用休息。
好棒哦！你加油，看你回来的时候
会变成什么样的样子。
对
好，非常期待。
耶！
Were you hesitating to stay in Taiwan for Fun Taiwan, or you kind of want to go back to again?
I did. I didn't hear back for a month.
Yeah.
So I was literally about to fly off, and then I got the call, and I was like, "Oh, we got the job." And I'm like, "Okay, great." My first question was like, "How much weight do I need to lose?" That was my first question.
So you still kind of want to try it, even though you're 3 years.
Yes, I still, because it was like suddenly a yes. Like after hearing so many no's, you hear a yes, and that's what keeps drawing you back, you know?
Yeah.
So I heard, but my first question was like, yeah.
How much weight do you have to lose?
Yeah. I didn't even ask what is the salary, 要拍多久，要去哪里拍，要拍什么. I didn't ask any of that.
Oh my God, modeling
It
hurts you so much.
It messed me up.
Yes.
Yeah. And despite all of that, I am so grateful for those 3 years of low, of I don't want to say I'm grateful for my depression, but I'm really happy that I got to experience everything because I wouldn't have empathy for other people. Before that happened, I didn't really understand that feeling of suffering and like pain, like self-inflicted emotional and physical pain because I'm stuffing myself, right? So having gone through that, it made me a better person. It made me a better host. It made me a better mom now. Like when I see my kids going through these struggles, I'm like, okay, you're not just yelling at me because you don't want to play piano. There's something else that's happening. Like, did you have a bad day at school today? So it's made me a better human.
Or they just don't want to play the piano.
Sometimes it's just they don't want to play piano. I know. Sometimes it is just piano. Yeah.
Sorry, I can't help.
Are you my son?
I just don't want to play the piano.
So Fun Taiwan, 你问了他们的问题，他们
What did they say?
Yeah, what did they say?
My producer, he was like, 减肥不用减肥啊，你搞不好会胖 because you're going to be eating a lot on the show. And I just immediately 3条线 I'm like, oh my God, I can't get fatter. Oh my God, I can't, so I started panicking and I was like, well, 那需要美白吗? Because that was always the 2 questions, right? And he's like, 美白个屁啊，你是外景主持人呢
白个屁啊
外景主
持人
对，这么白，感觉你没在工作。
对，就感觉不自然的，
都假的，都假的。
Having that supportive of a team was so
nice.
great.
在台湾有这样子的 supportive team 很了不起。
Yeah, 真的很了不起。
And no judgment.
No judgment.
Just for love. 这好棒哦。
I mean, 难怪你们可以做出这么
有爱的
节目，
而且可以维持这么久。
对
啊，
那 team 是有爱的耶。
Yeah, 真的。I mean, 他们很严格哦。when 我主持不好的时候 they would yell at me. They would, teach me, argue with me, all these things. But that's what makes a good show. Like how skinny I am, how pale I am, that has nothing to do with how good of a host I am. But when it came down to hosting, oh yeah, I would get 他会骂我，他会怎样。But that's for the good of learning how to host and for the good of the show. And I use all those skills still now today. So it helped me shift my focus. My focus was now on doing a good job, not being this like superficial physical thing that I was not. Yeah. So it was different. Like I was still stressed out.
But you were having fun?
But I was having a great time and I felt like my energy was channeling towards a good thing, not a negative thing.
And that's more you too.
Yes.
You're exploring, trying different things, right? 不像 modeling 可能就是 one thing only, right?
Yeah. But, 我后来开始主持完之后比较有知名度，我又回到 modeling because I was very, graciously, not graciously, gratefully, they would ask me to do some photos, magazines and things like that. And I loved it. I loved doing the photos and modeling and doing all those things because it was different. Now they wanted me to be me. Like I didn't have to be pale. 他们不用减肥了，对不对？不用减肥了，要减肥。不用只吃鸡蛋了。 No, and it was like 他们会接受我 as me, right? So 那时候我还是比较黑. I was very tan, and they wanted that. Like they're like, no, we want you as you. 我很多肌肉, I still like to exercise. Like I had like arm muscles, and they're like, yeah, that's fine. But and this is still to this day, they still 还是会修. They're still Photoshop. There's photos that I see of myself back in the day. I'm like, I'm not that tall. My legs are not that long. My boobs are not that big. My waist is not that small. So, there is still an ideal standard of beauty. And, on social media, Instagram, you can easily, fix yourself.
但你那时候在翻台湾的时候，我记得你们做的东西有的很辛苦，还要去什么采牛粪啊，来大便，然后脚都很臭。
That's fine.
You were having fun.
I think all of that is just fun. It's part of the experience. As tired as you are, 而且我坚持, like there's some moments when they can fake it. Like so, for example, there was one moment when I had to run a marathon. We were going to Australia, and they're like, okay, 我们中间就骑车. I was like, no, I'm going to run the whole thing. I'm going to train for it. I'm going to run the whole thing, because the things you say when you cross the finish line, if you really did it versus if you really didn't do it, are so different. Like I thought I was going to be, I did it, I feel it. No, after I crossed the line, I was like, oh my God, kill me now. But I didn't know that I was going to say that, and so it's just 很真实. And as any time that we can, like I want it to be as real and authentic as possible because people can see it. And selfishly, I want to experience it. Like
you sound like a YouTuber, Authenticity is like what make people like YouTubers.
When Dudu Man, Ian,
they
when
do
he
the same
trained
thing.
for all these triathlon, he has to do it.
He has to do it. Yeah.
Well, so back then in Taiwan,
you have the YouTuber spirit, but with the TV money and the team. Damn,
everybody's doing
it
with, by themselves with a GoPro.
With a GoPro, yeah. I was the OG influencer before influencing. Which is a whole other beast in itself. Like YouTubing, podcasting, being a social influencer. I am so old now. Like I look at these things, I'm like, oh, 我太累了. I don't want to do that. It's like there's so much effort. What? I have to like.
No, you can still do it. We are still doing it.
It's fun.
It is fun. It's fun.
It's a different type of creativity, like for you to try different things.
Yeah.
可是你在台湾，你那时候回来那3年。You went through depression, 然后后来有放台湾，可是这中间 I want to know if you have any like culture shocks or culture differences that 你说台湾怎么会这样做事情呢 that's not right. Why are they doing it like this? 然后 did you call it out?
So many things. So I was going to say, like I got into so many fights with my directors and, producers because I'm very direct. And I don't think direct is necessarily a bad thing, right? And so I would just say what was on my mind. And for example, okay, you're the director, you're the camera person. And say like, I have an idea. I was like, oh, okay, 我等一下要这样子拍，然后我等一下会过来讲这个串，然后你帮我从下面往上来，然后我就 blah, 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 blah. So my natural reaction was just the most efficient, direct way. I'm just going to tell the director, I'm going to tell the camera person what to do. The director would get mad at me. He's like, 你下一次有想法你要直接跟我讲，让我去跟摄影师讲 and it's like okay.
And did you just say okay? Or
I was like, okay, but you're over there, it's much faster. I'm like, okay, fine. And then I would forget because to me it's just a waste of time and it's just so dumb. I'm like, why do we have to have this hierarchy? And so it would just happen constantly and we would always butt heads. Another time was like, because I'm the host and we didn't have a writer. I'm my own writer. So there's not a script person.
Oh, you are your own writer.
I'm my own writer. Yeah. Yeah.
Do you remember that we yell at
等一下我们可以聊这个 But I want to finish it. I want to hear your story first.
Okay. Now I'm really excited to hear your story. So I'm coming up with these ideas and and I know what I'm going to say in the next section. I know what I kind of want, how it, 要怎么连串, right? So I would say these ideas to the director and I'd be like, okay, 我等一下, 比如说 北回归线花莲 I'm like I'm gonna stand on one side I'm gonna like okay we're in the subtropic zone I'm gonna 跳过去 I was like oh my gosh okay 现在可以脱衣服了 I'm now on the tropic side and then he was like 不是这样子 like 那个线不是分得那么清 I'm like I know I it's like
Oh my god
it's like 我知道 and he's like but no you know you're gonna confuse the audience I'm like you know and so we would
哦，我觉得很有趣。可是你在放台湾那个 era， 其实就是网络跟电视开始要 switching the era， 你的 authenticity 跟那些 traditional 的那些做法开始有冲突。
Yes.
And you were the one causing it.
No.
Right at the scene. That's so cool.
Yeah.
因为很多 we talked to other like you know 传统艺人 right? They were on TV during that era, but I think they were trained in the TV industry longer than you.
Yeah.
So they just went with it.
Yeah.
Sometimes they voice it out, but not like you.
Yes.
And so you are the first one we know that actually just like, you know, butthead on the scene.
Oh my God.
Spit it out, actually.
Yes.
Like what you did in 3rd grade.
Oh my, yes, exactly. I just spat it out. No, I was, and also part of the culture, right? I think, you know, being born in, you know, Texas and being born in America, you are allowed to voice your opinions. You're allowed to raise your hand and ask questions. You were never looked down for that. Yeah. So I just brought that to Taiwan and it was constantly like, okay. Oh my God. So for example, one time the director said, okay, Janet, I want you to walk from there to there. And then I was like, okay, 为什么?
I understand. I totally understand what you're saying. Oh my God. Because
like it was a genuine, I was like, I want to know like why, like what is my motivation? Am I just like do, or am I looking around? You know, it was like okay, 为什么我要从, you know, and he was like, you know, and it was like, boom.
Why do you have so many questions?
Yeah.
Just do what I say.
Yes. Yeah. So, okay, so what's your story?
Oh my God. 凯莉你讲你
要讲哪一个？讲那个
后面那个
好了。 Okay, we both of us used to have like a big project. They pay us pretty good money.
They would have paid
us really good money, and then we started to. 要怎么讲？你讲。
Okay,
叫你们不讲，我就自己讲了。
No. Let me got this. We got this opportunity to work with this program,
producer company.
This program, this program, and they want Kylie and I to host this program, right? And they say, oh yeah, just come here, and this program will be just like talking about things that's like special in Taiwan, and they'll have all this like foreigners as guests and show them that hey how things are done in Taiwan and how it's different from your countries, right? It's like, oh cool, it sounds very interesting and it fits our bilingual image, right?
Yeah.
So when we went, they gave us this script, say the first 2 episodes. First one is like talking about motorcycle or e-bike or something. Scooter. And second one I totally forgot tea. Tea. The second one was about tea. And we're like, oh cool. But when we read the script, it makes no sense. Nothing makes sense. But and they want the whole program to be in English. I know, like our English sucks right now, but our English used to be better. But okay, everything was written in Mandarin.
I think that script was translated in
English. It was like it went
Google
through
Translate.
Google Translate. Yeah. So nothing makes sense.
Better than Google Translate.
Okay.
I think they found a translator, but it wasn't originally written in English.
Yeah.
So
it was translated verbatim.
Yeah.
So we think some of the concept doesn't make sense in English. So we asked them to at least find an English writer. That's what we asked. They said, oh yeah, they would do it, and they give a second version. I was like, nothing really changed. And we kind of like rewrite ourselves.
So we have to rewrite ourselves,
and then we went to the show, and what we want to do is kind of different from what they want to do, and we are causing so many trouble because we're asking too much. And there were one time, I think they were like putting up with us too. And there were one time that I was having a call with the producer, like the big, like important one. I didn't know who she was, but she was. I ended up knowing who she is. It's a really big person that everybody knows her. I was like, I told you guys to find first母语的 native speaker to write this so it will make more sense because we are not that good yet. So can you help us to do it? He was like, yeah, we found like native speaker to proofread. I said, not proofreading. Originally write it in English. You guys are not putting enough efforts. I said that, and I think she was so offended. And the whole thing
just fell apart.
Yeah, fell apart.
So,
they gave it to somebody else.
Yeah, they gave it to somebody else.
But just like for us, because because Kylie and I, we make our own show, right? So when we got invited to do that program, we bring the same mentality because we wanted to succeed.
Yeah.
Because if that failed, that means we're not that good, right?
Yeah. I think we go as kind of like not just a host, but also as a producer because we produce our own shows. So that's a culture shock that we have.
Yeah.
But in their mind, we are just hosts. We're supposed to do what they told us to do. So
we are not supposed to have opinions.
Many opinions. Maybe a little bit. We have a strong opinion.
Yeah.
We just want things to be better, right? That's all we wanted. But for them, it's too much. Like it's like just follow what we gave you.
So in the end, I always feel like whatever opportunity is lost, it's lost for a reason, obviously. But I always try to see the positive of it. You know, it's like, yes, I didn't sign with Jackie Chan. I'm not super famous. But, you know, that might not have been the life that I'd wanted. You know, I might have been miserable. Same thing. Like if y'all had been working with this producer or this under this kind of circumstance, you'd feel stiff. Like every day would become like tedious.
Actually, we can tell you what happened afterwards. Because we didn't get the job, right? But somebody else we knew got the job.
Yeah.
And we asked her like, whoa, so how did this thing go? Like, did they give you this like super awkward script or do you have to do like really stupid things? And she said, no, thanks to you guys fought so hard. So they gave us really good writers and everything works so smoothly now. I was
my
what the hell? I was like, what the hell? Why couldn't they just give us that?
We are not good enough, okay? We work together.
but
it's okay.
We found it super funny that we actually, you know, help somebody out. You know?
Yes. Hey, life's trajectories. You never know where it's going to take you, right?
Yeah.
It's like the sliding door effect. Every decision that you make, you know, changes your life.
You know what she said? She said, I have a lot of opinions too, but compared to you guys, I think I'm so easy to work with. That's what she said. So they are so appreciative now.
You did all the hard fighting and arguing.
Yeah, we paved the way. Paved the way.
Yeah. But y'all are doing amazing. Y'all are doing a great job.
We wouldn't be happy if we stayed there.
Well, we do what we love to do, right?
Yes.
So we get to do, you know, we just did a podcast tour in America.
Amazing.
We went to Atlanta. We never thought we would go to Atlanta, but it's so cool. And then we went to, you know, Houston.
Yeah.
It's the first time like Kylie and I go to a rest state, and we love rest states. We think rest states are better than blue states. Sometimes.
I did not say that. I did not say that. I still love California.
No,
I think I love rest states now, but I still love California.
And you say rest states are so clean.
I'm still liberal.
No, let's just say we like purple states. Like,
purple
you know,
states.
just the
Mix.
combination of the,
mix.
I am the same. Like, I'm from Texas, you know, but I spent a lot of time in California, and I'm not super Californian, but I'm not super Texan either. Like, I feel like now everything's gotten so extreme, especially politics. Like everything, it's either black or white. And there's no middle ground to talk anymore. Yeah. And I feel like that's so sad. Like it's you know, you don't feel comfortable expressing anything because you're like, oh, nobody is going to listen to me if you're not on the same side.
Especially on social media nowadays, people just take everything out of context and just focus on that one little thing that you said or did and just wrote a whole, make a whole scene out of it. It's like, that's not what it means in the context.
And a lot of time,
right?
I understand both of them. I know what you guys are talking about, but you guys are not talking about the same thing.
Yes.
Yeah. Like, why can't they both be true at the same time?
Yeah, both of you guys are right.
Yeah.
Isn't it possible?
Yeah. It's arguing for the sake of arguing.
Yeah.
You know?
Well, speaking of polarization in politics, you took a really risky job.
I did.
Were you hesitating before you took zero-day attack?
零日攻击.
Yeah.
Yes. So obviously I knew that it was going to be very political.
You're the president.
I'm the president. But
Female president. Come on.
But how many people can say that, right? It's like, I played the president. No, you know, when I was first approached, first of all, okay, on the same exact day, I just got an audition from my agent in LA. She was like, here, can you audition for masseuse? 按摩师没有台词 没有名字
For what? For Hollywood film? Or?
for a TV series. I don't even remember what it was. But it was like basically 零演, right? And I was like, okay, so I did it. But I was like, how do you audition? How do you do a self-tape for a non-verbal masseuse? I was like, I was like, what can you do? There's no lines, right? So on the same day, then I also got, this request from my team here in Taiwan that said, hey, there's a drama that wants you to play the president. I'm like,
President masseuse without lines?
Yes. So that huge difference was just kind of like, whoa. And then I was like, okay, I need to read the script. So obviously we read the script and I was like, so I actually really, really enjoyed the character. My Chinese is not fluent. I do still have an accent. There's a lot of limitations for me. People don't see me as an actor. They see me as a host. So the jobs that I do get as an actor usually are me playing myself or versions of myself. This role was completely different. And it was President Wang Mingfang, she's so layered, so many challenges and so deep. Like there's so many things that she has to deal with that I immediately loved her as a character. And then looking at the script, I was like, yes, it is very political, but there's very few chances where I get to play such a well-rounded person that I was like, I really want to challenge myself. Not only that, it's 1 episode out of 10. So if I had to play Wang Mingfang for 10 episodes, it would be very, very tiring, very taxing. The lines I had to learn for 2 months ahead of time. And we only shot for 2 weeks. So I spent a lot of time really developing this person. Now, the political side of it, like I knew it was going to be polarizing. But I don't really shy away from for example, I talked about IVF. I talk about, depression. I talk about politics in the sense like we should talk about it. Nobody knows my political stance. You don't need to know my political stance. That's not important. I want people to talk. And so I really hoped that, 0 Day Attack, 零日攻击 just opens up the conversation. And you can hate me, Wang Mingfang, this character. You can hate me if you watch it. If you watch it and you think like I was like total shit, fine. But don't hate me not even having watched it. I feel like then you haven't even given me a chance. You haven't given the show a chance. You haven't given the series a chance. You're just hating it because you think you know what it's about. So I know it's hard because people are so impassioned, like they're so passionate about their, different parties. But like I took this role because this character isn't one or the other. She's kind of in the middle and she just wants peace, And so I really hope that people resonated with it. It's probably lost me some jobs.
Because you played...
But you probably wouldn't know, right?
Yeah.
Or
I wouldn't know.
Your agency will tell you that, if you take this job, that probably will cost you some other jobs. You want to consider it.
There's always that risk.
Yeah.
There is always that risk. But maybe it got me jobs, Yeah. And maybe, Hollywood will see this one day and it'll be like, oh, not the masseuse. Oh, she played president. It has a lot more, it holds a lot more value. And plus the character, like it's not just, no lines, giving a massage. I'm a full president, like I'm a full-on president giving speeches, dealing with,
Very difficult issues in very hard times.
Yes, right? Yes. And, so if anything, it's a great, acting reel to show to my Hollywood, agents and be like, look, I can play this kind of character. So it's, it is what it is. I'm very proud of my performance and, my part in this, that episode. I don't know.
I talked to a lot of people. They really like your acting.
Oh, yeah. Right. Thank you.
They said that your accent, it's fine.
It makes sense.
It makes sense.
It makes sense in the context.
Exactly. They say like, oh, 你从美国回来, like kept emphasizing. I thank you. I appreciate that because I do love acting. Like I do love, it's a different brain. It's a different challenge. It's a different.
You talk about like Hollywood chances and auditions. So you kind of want to go into that direction. You want to get more movies or Netflix shows on
everything.
Like States?
I would love to do more acting stuff here. The reason why I'm focusing on, Hollywood, partly, because of my family, like George and the kids are there. George has given up a lot of his time to spend time with us in Asia. So we had the kids in Taiwan. We had basically 10 years of our relationship in Taiwan, and he would always fly back and forth.
Oh, wow.
So he gave up a lot. And so now it's kind of like my turn, it's a relationship, right? You have to give and take. And it's also, beneficial for me. It's like I get to try this new environment. But the reason why I'm really trying to focus on, Hollywood now is like I would love to do more acting in Taiwan, but nobody wants me.
Why?
Honestly, I'm like, well,
people still see you as a host.
People still see me as a host. And the roles are limited. It has to be a very specific role that can have an accent. My age, I'm beyond the age of like, 爱情故事, but then I'm too young to play like mama for these main characters. So I'm kind of
too young, yes.
I'm in a weird limbo place. So
yeah, but a lot of Hollywood jobs are moving to Asia now.
They are.
Yeah, they are.
Yeah.
I will basically take work anywhere, right? So if you want to hire me here, I am happy to do work here. If I can do more jobs in Hollywood, and Hollywood is such a broad term now. Hollywood is everywhere, right? So yeah, if I can get work as an actor, as a host, I'm happy to do it.
I'm just curious, like in Hollywood, how do you break into that circle?
It's so hard.
Technically, you're an outsider, right?
Yes.
Do you have a SAG card?
I have a SAG card.
Oh, SAG card is like a actor's guild, right?
Screen Actors Guild.
Actors Guild.
Yeah, you don't need it, but obviously if you want the better jobs, then yes, most of them are SAG, Screen Actors Guild. I'm part of SAG, but it's really hard to break in because it doesn't matter how much work I've done here. I can show them my reel, I can show them my experience, my resume, but if you haven't done anything that they've seen, then they're like, you're a nobody to me,
That's so hard.
It's hard. It's really hard. It's very humbling because you go into these rooms and nobody knows who you are. It's also great because nobody's going to be like, oh, 你好棒哦, but you suck, right? If you're bad, you're bad. So I'm taking acting classes.
Oh, right now still?
Yep. I'm taking audition classes.
Oh, that's so cool.
I'm taking commercial acting classes. I'm doing all sorts of classes.
I'm so curious. What's commercial acting class?
It's so different.
What's that? I don't understand. It's for commercial. Like there's a different kind of acting for commercials?
Yeah.
What?
And different type of audition process, a different type of room scenario, different type of self-taping process. It's all different. Yeah. I didn't know this either. Because the market is so big there. Yeah. You have very, very specific things. You have theatrical acting. You have comedy. You have multi-camera, acting. You have commercial acting. So it's all very, very, very different, very specific. Yeah.
But you are still so motivated. And I would think that, okay, Janet is Janet. She probably earn enough money. She can retire.
Or just, take a little break.
Take a long break.
Long break.
Yeah, focus on her kids because you suffer a lot during this pregnancy and stuff, IVF. And so I'm so surprised that you are so motivated to learn new things and then try to break in the Hollywood
You're the same.
circle.
Come on, what are you talking about?
We can retire. we didn't get the TV money. We're like the last YouTuber. We didn't even get the YouTube money.
We didn't even get the YouTube.
YouTube money is hard.
But the first period of time, they were, if you made it during that time, you get some money. Not like a lot, but some money. But we didn't get any of those. So we work hard. We probably need to work for the rest of our life and we love it.
Yeah. You have to get sponsors, right? Basically, is what.
Every show we need to get sponsors, brands.
Yes. Then we say a lot of crazy stuff too. So sometimes we lost sponsors.
But that's who you are. That's authentically you. And I bet you've also gained sponsors because of that.
Yeah, we do. We have a lot of really awesome sponsors.
Yeah, they no matter what we say, they stay with us.
Yeah.
And we're grateful.
We love them.
We're grateful for that.
Yeah, so why are you still motivated and try all these new stuff? It takes a lot of time. You're a mom, you're busy.
Because I'm a mom, I need to get away from the kids. That's what
I understand.
I agree. Yeah, right? You need to feel you're still you sometimes.
Yes. Oh my gosh. No, I did take a break. So, COVID happened, right? And then actually, during COVID, I was probably busier than I had been for a while because Taiwan didn't shut down. Like Taiwan was still, happening. And then I was pregnant, I had the baby and all this stuff. But when I moved to the US, I gave myself 3 years again. 3 years is like my magic number for some reason. So I gave myself 3 years to get used to the environment, to readjust to being in America again, learn about everything, learn about myself. So I did have this break and it was good. I don't normally, 静下来. Like I don't normally take a pause. That's very hard for me to do. Very hard. But I loved it. I got to spend so much time with the kids. And that's busy in itself, right? You're so busy doing that. But then, yes, you do lose a sense of yourself. You do lose a sense of, you also become a different person, right? So when I'm with the kids, I'm very like, okay, what am I going to cook? What am I going to do this? Okay, do this. You're exhausted even though you've done nothing, during the day. And I just...
don't say nothing.
I know. You know what I mean. Like you don't do anything
you
for
feel like
yourself.
You're not accomplishing.
No, you don't do anything for yourself.
Yeah, that's true. That's a better way to put it.
Yes, you're giving so much output.
Yeah,
and it's
very little for yourself.
Very little for yourself.
Even though it's like warming or rewarding, but it's
yes,
the gain is
right.
Minuscule.
The gain is long term.
Yeah.
Right? The gain is this...
It's on them too.
It's on them, right?
Yeah.
Yes, that's what I mean by long term. It's like for generations. Yeah. Like, you'll never ever see the final result because it's like, who knows? But you do need those moments of like, time for yourself. So it started by me starting to exercise again, like really exercise again. And then I started doing little trips. So the first time that George and I took a trip without the kids was a weekend long. And when we got there, we were like children. We were like, oh, this is amazing. Wait, I can poo in peace? Nobody's going to come in and bother me. I can wait. We can wake up whenever we want, and it was just
you're going to say you guys can have crazy sex too.
No, that's like the last thing you want to do when you're like exhausted and you're like, okay, maybe a little bit, but no. It was just like, wow, we can just sleep, just like the little things that you really just didn't realize you were missing. Yeah. So it started with that. And then slowly, eventually, the creative side of me and George, like we both were like, okay, I want to do something. And being in LA and being kind of like at the mercy of whoever's casting you, you don't have that creative outlet. So that kind of made me be like, okay, I want to do something creative. And so you start with classes because in class you can act, you can do, you learning. That's why I started writing more. That's why I started doing more of little videos. And that's kind of why we're creating this new thing that we're doing now.
What's the next project you're doing now?
Oh, thank you for asking.
Well, maybe this conversation towards that. Okay, we should have asked.
Sorry, that's the host in me. It's kind of like...
that's the whole point coming here. Sorry that we just brought it up right now.
No. Come on. I want to know, like, what's your next project?
So I have a million. Okay, now that I've finally, pushed pause and now I've pushed play again, I'm developing 2 scripts. I want to work on a TV series, which I would love to shoot in Taiwan. I'm also developing I don't know if it's a TV series or a movie idea. Again, I would love to shoot it in Taiwan.
Wow.
Wow. So you wrote the script yourself and you want to find investors and shoot it in Taiwan?
Yeah. So I it's not a full script. It's more like the concept, and I have all the characters. I have the story arc. I have 3 seasons of this TV show. I already know where the character is going to go and how it's going to be, but I don't have like the actual dialogue. The other one is in development, and it's kind of like I want to start with, I don't know if it's either start with a novel first or just to go straight into the movie. So I've been working on that. I want to get back into travel. And I would love to do another show on TV again. But now TV's so different, right? Everybody consumes it on their phones. And so now it happened by chance, but my high school friend, we reconnected after 15 years. And he's an Emmy award-winning producer on all these shows, including shows for National Geographic. Yes.
Wow.
And we reconnected and we were like, oh, hey, you're a producer. I'm a travel show host. And I was like, hey, we should do something. Ha, ha, ha. And we're like, wait, we should do something. Ha, ha. Wait, we should do something.
Whoa.
And so this show kind of came together where now we're doing this thing about me kind of coming back into travel. So it's called Boarding Again. And it's just, how does a 45-year-old, almost 46-year-old mother of two travel? It's different, right? I'm no longer 20. I still have energy, but it's different. I am sore now. Like when I wake up, I'm like, oh, and, you know, this is hurting. This is hurting. You know, I'm going into menopause. Like things like that are happening. I miss my kids. So how do we incorporate that into travel? And there's this whole group of people who are like me, or who are like us, like we're parents, but we still want to travel. We want time with the kids sometimes, but sometimes not, you know? And so we're trying to find this perfect travel story to tell for people like us.
Is it going to be on
YouTube? Yeah.
Under your channel?
It's going to be currently under our channel, and then we might migrate it somewhere else. But yeah, currently it's just going to be under my channel.
When is it going to air?
Probably next year, February. Not sure yet. We're doing the pilot, so this is actually the first episode.
What?
Yeah.
Yay!
Oh my god! I'm sure this is a good start. I'm so proud. I made it. I think I can retire today. I'll be fine.
You know, I just want to say that Kylie has been so quiet today.
Really?
Yeah.
Because
Because when you talk,
I was watching you with
she
love.
has stars in her eyes. Like, that's how she was like just she was she's starstruck.
Her story is
I know,
so
but
good.
still, I found you to be useless today.
I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry.
When you said she has stars in her eyes, I was like, oh, you should get that checked out.
眼睛里有爱心 heart shape in her eyes.
Okay. But I'm just super curious. So you have this thing planned for 3 seasons. Is this the thing that you're talking about?
No.
That's
No. That's another thing.
That's the drama, the TV series.
Yes. So I have 2 scripted series. So like, you know, 戏要写要 develop. And then the 外景部分, you know, 外景节目, it's on, we're going to put it on YouTube. And we're trying this different format. Obviously, you know, there's TV, and he comes from TV background. I come from a TV background. So we're going to have that TV quality.
Yeah.
But we want to make it still for YouTube so that the tempo, you know, 节奏会比较快. Like, it's just going to be different.
Yeah.
And we're just testing it. Like, you know, I don't know.
You're going to be a YouTuber.
I'm a YouTuber.
So we talk all this about YouTube and social media.
I know.
And you're becoming a YouTuber. This is...
I go full circle.
所以你是我们后辈耶。
我是你最。
你刚刚不是才说他是前辈，现在要变后辈？
This is crazy.
我要
看我们这样讲话在电视台，难怪混不下去。
没有，他是 social， 就是 influencer 大前辈 ，YouTuber 后辈
啊。
No， 我也是 influencer 的后辈。
No， 你最开始 ，you know，like when you were on TV, because like when you were saying that, okay, on this magazine, you're doing photo shoots, or on TV, you're 你小麦色的皮肤 right?
Yeah.
And you have muscles. I think you were probably the first one in Taiwan to have that kind of skin shade on TV.
I think
and
so.
I think you made a lot of girls feel comfortable.
Inspire me.
I'm not kidding. 我记得凯莉一直跟我说，
差不多。
That's what she had been saying. It's like,
因为我以前也是从主持 interpreter 开始 before Bailingguo made it， 然后很多人也会说我很黑，然后化妆师来就没有我的色号，因为我很喜欢去逼真晒太阳，我也胖胖的这样，然后我就说 But if Janet can do it, I could do it too. That's what I said. I've been saying this for my entire career.
See, I remember. 所以你刚刚讲的 That's why I keep that in my mind. That's why I bring it up. Especially when you say you have muscle. 真的，台湾女生 nobody worked out before you.
No.
I'm not even kidding.
No, it was called skinny fat.
Yeah.
Yes.
Like 你是瘦的 but you're like 松松的。
Yes.
Before you. 因为你 I think you带起一个风潮 make sure people it's cool to exercise, it's cool to have muscles, it's cool to do yoga. I think you were really like one of the first ones in Taiwan to bring this movement. 所以我觉得很多女生现在可以 be who they are, 真的要谢谢你。
Oh my gosh, 我要哭了。
我不要说其他人，
我也要哭 I'm real， 因为他看着我这样，
我认真的说，因为我知道有很多女生也很努力，可是在我认识的台湾，你真的是前面几个，所以我要帮很多女生谢谢你。
Thank you.
可以吗？对，因为我知道他讲不出来，因为他会哭。
Oh my gosh, 真的要，
因为我认识，因为我很认识他，
对啊，
我知道他这种话讲不出来。
胖胖
It's not even in the script. 可是我听了你的故事，我必须 I have to say it.
Thank you.
Yeah.
I mean, can I say, you know, I've had an amazing career. You're seriously gonna make me cry. I've had an amazing life. I've had an amazing career. And all those accolades, winning these awards and everything. Yes, it's amazing. And please give me more. But there's been a couple moments I have to say really stuck out. And one is like, for example, I was walking the street and a woman came up to me and she's like, Janet. And, I'm like, okay, hi, 你好. She's like, 真的谢谢你. She's like, I'm able to be me because of you. She's like, 我以前爸爸妈妈不接受. They're like, that's not 台湾女生该要的样子. But over the years, because of, who you've portrayed, and you're not trying to do it, it's just like, just naturally who you are on TV, now it's become acceptable.
Yeah.
And I'm accepted by my family. And I was like, oh my God, I thought you just wanted a picture.
But it is, she's telling the truth for so many women in Taiwan.
Yeah.
真的，那个卫生纸在荧幕后面你丢一下，你怎么等那么久都还没丢过来？
Oh my God.
我不好意思讲，我整个他妆都化掉了。
It makes it makes me feel like what I'm doing is right. It makes me feel like, not that I'm doing this for whatever, for other people, or I'm doing it for, this kind of, I guess, response, but it just makes me feel deep down inside that's like, okay, this is what I was meant to do. There's a phrase that I love. It's, if you can only live once, but if you do it right, once is enough. I love that quote. And what's right? There's no right. Right is what's right for you. It's not like do it perfect. It's not saying, oh, if you live perfectly, then once is enough. No, it's like do right. Let's do what is right for you. So whenever people come up to me, it's like, oh, 我好喜欢你. I want to be exactly like you. I'm like, no. Thank you for being, inspired. And thank you for wanting to be like me. But be the best version of you. Don't be the best version of me. Because that's what I'm trying to do. I'm still trying to be the best version of me. You need to be the best version of you, whatever that is. And don't try. You can be inspired by people, but don't copy. Because that's not who you are. You're not a carbon copy of anybody. You're so unique. Every single person is unique. And you need to find out who that is and then bring that out. And I'm still trying. We're still always going to be trying. I'm going to try until the day that I die. Because that's life, right? That's the fun part of life.
你每一句话都打到他的心。
对啊，我没有问题，我就是 hard share， 我就是。But I'm really curious, what's the genre of the new script that you're developing?
是
love story, fantasy, or
comedy, or
comedy. Do you know Beef, the series Beef?
Yes, of course.
英国女孩.
Wow.
Okay, so I love Beef. I love the humor. I love the rawness. It's so in your face comedy, but it's dark humor, right? Yeah. So I want to do something dark humor, and it's about I want to do something about, okay, so one of them is about a coming of age story of a woman who comes to Asia and discovers herself in certain aspects. And the environment is entertainment industry. I know there's Ying Ho, right? Yeah. So it's very different from Ying Ho. Because Ying Ho is like, she wants to be an actress, whereas this person does not.
So it's kind of like
it's my story.
Yeah.
It's basically my story. But with all the rawness of talking about issues. So I want to talk about depression. I want to talk about eating disorder. I want to talk about drug abuse. I want to talk about all like relationship abuse. I want all these things in the story, but in a comedy. Oh. Yeah, so that people watch it and then afterwards they rethink. They're like, oh wow, that was deep. Yes.
And so it's going to be an English drama, I suppose.
Right now, it's up in the air. You know, like if I can do it so that it's in Taiwan, but then the world gets to see it, great. Yeah. If it's an American production, but it's filmed in Taiwan so that the world can see Taiwan, amazing. It's very open. It really depends on who wants to. It depends on who wants to develop this series with me.
I just want to say that I know what I'm saying is going to piss a lot of people off, but I find that a lot of Taiwanese drama or movies, the script sounds very awkward.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I don't know why. Maybe it's just the style that we write it or style that we acted. But just sometimes for me, it sounds a little bit like, it take me out of the scene. Right?
Yeah.
Maybe it's developed in English and have English, American writers, maybe it will sound different.
You have really awkward English-based series as well.
Because we did it too. That's another story. We will talk about this afterwards.
Okay. Yeah, I would say good writing is good writing. Yeah. It doesn't matter the language. Yeah. And that's why I need to work with writers, because I'm not a writer. I don't know how to write a script. But yes, there are definitely, I watch Taiwanese dramas sometimes and I'm like, I don't relate to it.
Yeah.
For whatever reason, I just can't, relate to it. I relate to beef. I relate to what do you call it? What's the other one?
那个天后草莓那个吗？
No,
not that one.
No. Give me a minute. Wait.
Okay.
It's based in England. 我是差了。
The Office? No.
No. About a girl. 英国女孩。
然后呢？Trying to be a comedian. She's a writer.
What is it called? No,
不是 Hacks 那个不是。
不是 Hacks. Oh my gosh, what's wrong with my brain?
It's okay. That's just what happened after we had kids.
Yes, it is.
We used to be so smart.
But this
fast.
I know.
Did you check on your MCAT? No, just kidding.
No, my brain. If I was to take the MCAT right now, I would fail. Like, I can't remember my son's names. I'm like, you. Just use the little thing. Okay, it's gonna come to me.
It's okay.
It's gonna come to me. Anyways, yeah. So what? Now I totally forgot what we were talking about.
Talking about script. English.
Oh, right.
Yeah,
so I've seen dramas like there's a drama called Borgen. It's Danish. Oh. I don't understand the language. I automatically relate to it. So actually, when I was doing research for 明日公祭, I was watching all these dramas with female political leads. And I saw all these different countries, their dramas, and I was like, oh, I like it. I get it. So it's really not the language. It is the writing. It's the style of filming. Things that we just relate to that maybe Taiwan market wouldn't relate to, or vice versa. So I don't know how to find that balance. It's very hard. Yeah. It's very hard to develop a script. It's very hard to actually get it produced. It's very hard for it to be filmed well, and it's really hard for it to do well.
Yeah.
It's like
so hard.
It's so hard.
So hard.
Also, we've been hearing that some studios they probably
Fleabag.
Fleabag.
Oh my god.
刚刚那个超像 It only happens in TV drama. 你讲讲
I had to say it. I was like, I'm going to forget it again. Okay, sorry.
No, just like some studios or production house, they probably don't want to invest in Taiwanese productions.
Yeah.
Because
they
would rather want to invest in like Korean productions
because
yes.
return is
formula.
higher. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
We just all
so
need
it's
to
hard,
work harder.
Yeah.
我们要加油，真的，我们要加油。And that's also part of, everything that I've done in the US so far, even though I haven't actually had acting jobs, but I'm meeting all these people, I'm learning all these things. I hope I can bring those relationships or those skill sets or whatever I've learned, and I can bring that back to Taiwan. So that we can merge, we can have this coexistence. I would love to do that. Like, my heart is still in Taiwan. Like, Taiwan is always going to be my home. And right now, I'm just temporarily living elsewhere, right? But I'm also here every month. Like, I'm literally, I'm seriously in Taiwan every month. People are like, "Oh, 你又回来了?" Like, yes. So I don't feel like I've left either. But yeah, I really hope that I can bring whatever it is that I'm learning, back. Because everybody has its skill. Every place has its, it's their skills, their advantages, their, whatever they're the things that they're really good at. And so if I can bring that and my skills and whatever connections I have together, that's like for me, the perfect world. So hopefully, fingers crossed.
Fingers crossed.
Fingers crossed. Yeah.
Okay.
Thank you so much, Janice.
Thank you.
Drink some water.
So
I think we both of us need to pee too. Thank you.
Thank you. That was just so fun.
It's so fun.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Stories are so good.
Oh, you didn't. Oh, wait. No. Keep rolling.
I love this.
Keep rolling. Sorry. You're probably not going to use this. Okay, one of the questions that you asked me was...
Oh, yes!
The slogan?
The slogan.
Okay, we will use it. What are you talking about?
We
will use the whole thing.
Okay.
So the question was, any good slogans for Taiwan? Because right now it's Waves of Wonder.
Waves of Wonder.
Waves of Wonder. I mean,
it's missing something.
It's missing so much.
You're going to lose a lot more jobs.
She's more direct than us. We need to reflect on ourselves. We changed.
Waves of Wonder. There's no Taiwan in there. It's like nobody knows where these waves are. And I've seen the commercials. Okay, so the commercials are beautiful. And I like the way they incorporate the waves into everything, like the technology, literally waves. So I love the ads, but like the Waves of Wonder, it's not catchy.
Yeah, I think Malaysia has a really catchy one.
Yeah, Malaysia. Like
Truly Asia.
Truly Asia. Yes.
Damn.
I know, they got the whole Asia before we got the Malaysia, right? But it also works because Asia is in Malaysia.
It's in the word.
It's in the word. Okay, incredible,
yes, you're right.
incredible India. A lot of these places have amazing things. And I was thinking, okay, so I wrote these all down because I was like, how do I have?
Yeah, let's talk about this.
How do we do something? Because they had like, Truly Taiwan. It's like
or Treasures of
Treasures,
Asia, something like that.
It's good, but I think if we really want to capture the audience now, we go full Gen Alpha.
What?
Like make it
6, 7? No.
Exactly. Like make it so ridiculous because right now they're trying to be so like elegant and everything.
Yeah.
Like that's just, you know what? Nobody's done it yet. So this is what the Tourism Bureau should do. They should literally call it like Taiwan 1,000,000% aura, or Taiwan is the goat. Yes, Taiwan is the goat. No cap.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
Taiwan ate and left no crumbs.
Wow.
Skibbity bop, yes to Taiwan.
Skibbity Bob. Yes.
Skibbity bug.
I don't even know.
年轻人.
That's why I had to write it down because like my kids are saying this and I'm like, I have no idea. Like no cap. Like Taiwan.
cap.
Yeah. I know. Taiwan is the goat. Like the greatest of all time, right? Taiwan is the goat. No cap. Taiwan is a W. It's like W for the win.
I like that one.
Right? Taiwan is
for
W.
W.
Yeah. So this is all Gen Alpha talk.
Yeah.
Like I would never say any of these things, but can you imagine the Taiwan Tourism Bureau saying Taiwan, 1 million aura, Taiwan is the goat, no cap.
I think that would be really cool.
They would get so much attention.
Ray. I'm thinking about Ray. Do you know Ray? Do you know who Ray is? Oh, he's this like 2-3 years ago, he was just regular Taiwanese high school kid.
Yeah.
But he ran into the most famous streamers in the world in Tokyo.
Okay.
And they became really good friends. And that streamer, because he liked that Taiwanese kid, right? So he brought him along with him. And that Taiwanese kid worked so hard.
Yeah.
And he was streaming everything.
He didn't speak really good English.
Oh, wow.
And now
went
he's the
over there.
world famous streamer.
Oh my God.
He just
Amazing.
won the streamer award of the year.
Wow.
In America. Like he beat out all the streamers.
Good Ray.
Crazy. So, and all the young kids know who Ray is.
Yes.
And he's like representing Taiwan too. So
Yeah,
he was like, I'm Taiwanese, fuck you. Yeah, that's how.
he's like
with
Gen Alpha,
attitude.
totally Gen Alpha. I mean, I think anybody saying this would be so. Can you imagine?
Our officers of the Tourism Bureau say that. That
Yes,
was hilarious.
straight face rather than like, oh, Taiwan Waves of Wonder. So, Taiwan main energy. Taiwan main character energy, or like Taiwan is the goat, no cap. Can you imagine? I think that would.
I can imagine you saying it already.
Right?
Yeah,
Thank you.
Maybe they should find you to
Thank
say
you.
it.
I think they should. Or what's the other one? Skibbity bop. Yes to Taiwan. It makes no sense, but
just straight
so
face
cute.
saying
It's
that.
so
straight
cute.
face. Yes. Straight face
I like
saying
that.
it. And going to all the beautiful places, right? Just saying it.
skibbity-bop.
Just skibbity bop, Taiwan, yes. 1,000% aura.
I like this direction though. It's very out of the box.
It's out of the box, right?
Yeah.
All right. Let's
Okay.
work on this. Let's work on this campaign together, okay?
Yeah.
All right.
Okay, cool.
You heard it first here. On Bailingguo. Okay?
Okay, we'll apply for the patent right now.
Get a trademark.
All right. Thank you.
Thank you.